Good morning, everybody. Today is September 9th, right? So today will have our 8th lecture. So if we go to our syllabus and our schedule, you see that this week we are discussing pointer and dynamic array. In our last lecture, we discussed pointer, how to declare a pointer and how to use pointers. So at this point, okay, how many of you have had a chance to practice the programs that I sent you? I gave you a link of a program.
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'll be able to tonight.
Okay, yeah. It's two things. Okay, for this course, actually, I know that we are programming in a new language. The language is not new, but it seems to be new for some of you. You don't know it. C++. So this course is not a course that I will be teaching C++. Okay, so at the beginning, the first week, I discussed okay the difference between C++, Java, and C#. Okay, so if you followed that, maybe let me show you something. If you follow that examples, I believe then it is easy then to get started. Like C++ programs, what is good? Start here. So you see that I discussed key difference between C++, C# and Java. There are some differences we will be discussing over the semester, but it is not that all we can discuss in one lecture or even in 1 week or even in a few weeks. By the time you will be programming, you will learn it. So when you read the book, okay, if you read the book chapters, you will learn little bit something. You will see that there are some features in C++ that are unique, that are not available in C# or Java. Some people, they misunderstand that they see the symbol C++ and this hash sign. They think that C++ and C# they're the same language. It is not. They are not. Like Java and JavaScript, they're completely two different languages. Like in real life, we know apple and pineapples. Apples and pineapples, right? Those are two kind of fruits, but they are completely different kind of fruits. Okay, in terms of their size, in terms of their taste, in terms how they grow up, they're completely different, like apple and pineapple. Similarly, Java and JavaScript are different, C++ and C# are different. So as a programming language, there are some similarities. Okay, but when we go through our book, so then we will understand the similarities. And one thing that in our last lecture, so every lecture I'm giving you some program code, like completed program code. Okay. And it is your task to practice those. Get my program and start from there to practice. Otherwise, it will not help if I program all of the problems myself. Okay, that will not work you. That will not help you. Okay. So one thing is that please do not misunderstand that in this course is a C++ program. Is a programming language course. It is not. Okay. And thing is that I like you to read the book. We like you to read the book. So for this class, there is a coordinator. There are several sections for this class, and we teach all together in a team. So I cannot change the assignment. I have to use their assignment, the coordinators who made the assignment, I need to follow their assignment, okay? So if you need help, then come please one-to-one meeting with me, and we have a GA, we have a GTA. He will be helping you, and I will be helping you if you come to my during my office hour, or if you get an appointment with me. So then we will make one-to-one appointment. Like for this program slide, so in this discussed these programs in our last lecture. If you do not practice this, then how can I help you to understand these things? And as I said, that if you get issue in your Mac, especially that some student who use Mac, so they may have issue for running a code light, but it is okay. I asked you that you can write your program using Refleet, and then you can submit it. And for your grading issue, if you have any grading issue, then please contact first with the grader, our GTA. If the problem is not solved, then I will handle it, okay? But this is our hierarchy, that the grader should resolve the issue first, and then me, okay? But if okay, and then I told the GTA to be flexible while grading. So like if you forget to include the file, so as soon as you remember that if you forgot to include something, email it to the grader, to the GTA, okay, and send me a copy. And then when we grade or regrade or we update the grades, then we will fix it. Don't worry about that, okay? As long as you practice yourself, this will be good. Okay. So now, why it is unpublished? Okay. Replit is changing their okay. So okay, so even if you did not practice, okay, so if you even if you attended our last lecture, and then if you read the book sometime, at this point, can you please tell me what is a pointer?
It's a variable that holds an address, a memory address for a data type.
Yes, you're almost correct. If it holds the address of another variable, okay, not data type. It holds the address of another variable.
Copy.
Okay. So what is the symbol that we know that this is the pointer?
Star or asterisk.
Star. Yeah, the star sign or asterisk sign. Okay, you can put space in between, that will work, or you can put like here, it will work without any space. And you see that if we keep space here, it will work, okay? Or even let me put it here, if you put the star with int and keep space over here, it will work, okay? But if you put the star before this, it will not work. Okay, you see that it is getting an error. And if you put the star after this, it will not work. Okay, do you understand the reason why?
Sorry to interrupt, Professor, but I don't believe we can see your screen.
Oh, so you don't see this? Give me 1 second, please. Oh, sorry. I'm scared. Okay, thank you. I shared it, maybe it disconnected. Now you see that? Do you see my
Yes,
screen?
thank you.
See that I was talking about the position of star. So then you can keep with int with the data type and then keep space over here. It will work. You can put like this. It will work. Or even if you put before the pointer variable name, it will work. And even if you put here, then it will not work. Okay, and if you put before the type, it will not work. Actually, so then I was asking, do you understand or do you guess why it works with space or without space? Actually, the star is a part of the type. This is a part of the type. Okay, so in some time, even you may put like this. In some language, it should work. This compiler does not work. Okay, it is working. Okay, it is not working. Sorry, I thought it would work. Okay, so the star actually is a part of type. Okay, it says that this pointer will hold an address of another integer type variable. Okay, so how do we link? For instance, this is pointer just declaration pointer variable. It is not assigned with any variable. So here in our program we have I and variable I and j, two variables. It does not know yet, okay, this pointer which variable it will be pointing to. So this is the way how I point it out. Okay, so if I say I pointer, it will point I. Okay, that means it will hold the address of variable I. If we type in j over here, j, then it will be linked with variable j, so it will hold the address of j. Okay, so this statement is important. It says what is the variable this pointer is assigning. So this is an assignment operator, right? What does it do? The right side, content of the right side is assigned to the content of the left side. So the content of ampersand I, this ampersand is used to hold, to retrieve or get the address of I, of variable I. Okay. So here I can say address of I equal to okay, so address of I equal to this. So this is the memory location. Okay. This is a memory location in the computer. We do not see it. This is memory, random access memory. Okay, and now there is a value in this memory location. If I want to get the value of that memory location, and you know that a memory location contains only one value at a certain time, right? A memory cannot hold multiple values at any time. It always holds the latest or updated value. So now how can I find content at this address? So we use another star. We use another star. over here. Okay, so at this point, this star means the content of this memory location. So even we use star here, and again asterisk sign over here, same sign, but the purpose of this asterisk sign here and there is different. Okay, so the purpose here is that we are getting the content of this location. Actually this like means this, the star equal to star of IPTR, I underscore PTR, this is a pointer name, equal to what is my IPTR value? You see that? Just a pi, right? That means star, then put in parenthesis, ampersand I. This is actually I. That means the content, get the content at address I. That is I, right? So an example, real life example, I gave discussed in last lecture. For instance, all of you live in dorm, and you have a single room. Everybody has a single room, and only you live there. No one else with you. Okay, you are living single. So if you have room number, maybe 53C, okay, and you live over there, okay, and if I ask someone and to call the person who is living in room number 53C, then he or she will get you over there, right? Because you are the person living in that room 53C, 53C. Okay, that means and then what is the purpose of pointer? To get to use or access a variable in a different way. We can access a variable differently, right? So we can say I equal to I. That we are accessing this directly, but we can say equal to again equal I equal to, instead of here we can say I equal to, instead of writing I can say star IPTR. That means I'm using pointer, this is the pointer, to get the value at the memory location where I takes place. That means it is also I, right? But this is an alternative way of accessing a variable. Okay, now you understand? Does anyone has any question? Everybody is good?
Yeah.
Okay. So please practice this program, okay? I'm sharing this program again today, and then so that you can practice. If you do not practice, then it will not help you. Even I okay, one of these one actually to practice this one, and in D12, so we are in this week. If we go here, click over here, there are pointer demo in chapter 4. There are complete programs like this, okay, and this. So please download this file. Please download these programs and practice this. Okay. So I have So pointer example 1, this is another one that is in D12. Okay, here is the code. Yeah, let me get this one, pointer demo, chapters for example 1. These three actually in from the D12 I downloaded, and why they are Replit have changed the UI. Okay, so pointer demo, if I click from here, so this is a large program that almost same thing that I discussed. Okay, almost same thing that I discussed. So system pause. At this point, it will pause. And then you need to press. See that this part I discussed already, and there another part over here. So, okay. The problem here is that warning for dynamic array delete WPTR does not work for dynamic array in line number 150. Okay, in line number 150 there is an issue, but there is a warning. There is a warning. You can skip that. Okay. So this program is in D12. So D12, from D12, these programs are in D12. So please download this and practice these programs. Okay. Also, I have it here. Can give you. Okay. Then there is a string demo. Okay, one thing is that I do not like to give you, although I do not, sometimes I'll give you the link of my program, but I do not like you to always give you code. I don't like you that you get the complete program and copy and paste it and run it. I like you to type in your program, then you will see that you will do some mistakes, even when you type in. Then from your mistake, learn something. Okay, what is the mistake that you are doing? Maybe there is a typo, or there is a spelling mistake. Okay, if you do a mistake, try to remember that mistake so that next time you do not do that kind of mistake again and again. Okay. So this program, we discussed that getLine method is used to get a string, multi-line, multi-word string with what is that called? Space. This is a program. Okay, and here is pause, then you need to push another key, and here again here is pause, then you need to, what is that last one? Okay, so this is another program I'm giving you that you need to practice. Then if you practice this program, okay, if you practice this program, Then after that, you need to do, you can start your assignment 2. In order to do the assignment 2, you need to also complete another part that is given as a homework for you to study yourself. That is the dynamic array implementation of the back class. So remember that there is a back class, a container class, back class. We discussed in our previous week, right? So back class. This is dynamic array implementation of back class re-implementation with dynamic array. So okay, these are the main changes we need to do. So that is in 4. Let me open the assignments. Let me continue with the assignments. Okay, so here is the assignment 2. Okay, so in this assignment you will complete program. It is a dynamic array implementation of a polynomial expression, poly1 CPP, that means a polynomial expression. Then you are given in the assignments, you are given 2 files. One is poly.h header file and another is that polytest1 CPP file. Okay, so that you need to work on the polytest1.cpp file to complete your assignment. Okay, so I'm giving you some okay, so you need to before you do the assignment, you need to complete the 4.6. you need to do this task, the poly1 C PPP program. Okay, so that okay. The goal of this assignment is to reinforce the concept of dynamic array and pointer in C++. In particular, the assignment is to implement class polynomial from chapter 4 in section 4.6 on page 212. Okay, so if you go to your book, this is page number 212. That means we need to go to maybe 246 something. There are some extra pages. Okay, this one. So this is called polynomial project in the book. So let me give you some discussion and some clue. How do you do that? Okay, this is the polynomial expression, right? So polynomial expression, for instance, x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, like this is a polynomial expression. Sometime if you x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. Okay, so terms, you see that the first term has power 3, and then the second one is 2, 1, and 5. So that means it sometimes it may be given in different order. So maybe for instance you may find like something like this, 2x squared plus 3x. Give me 1 second, please. Okay, so sometimes you may find this way, 2x squared plus 3x plus x cubed plus 5. Then if you find this way, you need to rearrange your expression like with the highest power first. So x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. So here there are two kinds of terms. This is variables. These are variables, okay, and these are coefficient. These are numbers are coefficient, okay. So that here coefficient is 1 over here. 1x cubed plus this is 2 squared plus 3x. You see that now these terms are powers are reducing. For some cases you may have like 0, this term, this coefficient may be 0 or positive or even negative. So in that case you will not see this term like 0 into x, that is x equal to 0, right? You don't need to write that term 0. So in that case you may find x cubed plus 2x squared plus 5. Okay, the last term is 5. That means it has 5 into x to the power 0. Anything with power 0 equal to 1. Okay. And then this function, this expression, polynomial term, it is called with degree 3. The highest term has highest degree is 3 over here. So it's polynomial expression of degree 3. And here, so that this can be positive, the coefficient can be positive, negative, either a whole number or a decimal number. So here in this example, it says that means like this. 0.3 is the first coefficient and plus 0.5 is the second coefficient and negative 0.9 is the third coefficient, and then this is an example. So this is in a general format. Okay, a suffix k into x we say to the power k over x power k plus a2. So then dot 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 dot. So the next term will be a k minus 1, and then power will be k minus 1, something like this, and it will go all the way to 1 0. Okay, so our goal in this part will be you will be given some coefficient. So this coefficient can be given in an array, in a dynamic array. Okay, and maybe sometime later that you will given a value of x. Okay, so that for given x and with a set of coefficients, you will plug in the value of x and then you will get a position that is called y position, y value. If you plug in, if we can say y equal to this, if I say y equal to this expression, then for a particular x you will get a y value. So then based on the value of x, y in a coordinate system, you will find a graph like this. You will find a graph like this, polynomial graph. you see that this function is fx means y. So if this is my x-axis, if this is x-axis, fx-axis, and this is y-axis, this y-axis, y, and if we say y equal to this, what fx-axis, y or f of x, okay, y or fx, then for a particular value of x, we will get, oh, I'm sorry, so this is the draw it differently. This is y-axis and this is x-axis from here. So this is negative x, this will be negative y. So y is positive over here, so they do not draw the negative part. Okay, so here the discussion. So please go through the reading, okay, and then it has described how it works and what are the implementation is needed. Okay, so then what you will do when you read through this, these are the preliminary discussion. Okay. If you read this, then you will be able to start and work on the assignment too. Okay, but before that, we need to do one more thing also that I discussed. You need to do this part, not this one, the string implement, the dynamic array implementation of the back class. That is 2.3, maybe, I believe. 2.3. 2.3. Sorry, 4.3. Okay, the back class with dynamic array, page number 160, 176. Okay, so the back class with a dynamic array. So in our previous lecture, previous week, we discussed how to write a bag header file and a back class. Let me open that program. This one, container back class, example 1 CPP. So this is bag1.h. This is our bag1 header file, and then this is like a small program, and then this is the main file. Okay. So if we run this program, Okay, so this is asking you the type, the ages in your family. For instance, 12, 15, 45, okay, 35. Then type a negative number when you are done, okay, -1. Now I will be searching this number in this program. So here I'll be searching 12. So yes, 12 is found. Then it will remove 12 from this list. Then enter another age to search. Maybe I will be searching 16. You see 16 is not here, so it will not find 16. So no, 16 is not available. So it will ask me to try with another age. So maybe 15. Then fine, it will be deleted. Then enter another number like way. If I enter all of this number, then when all of the numbers are deleted from the array, then it will be done. Okay, so this is the program that we discussed in our last week. Okay, so in our so this is the back class. This is the back class. So in this back class, we are declaring a bag as a static array. A bag container is a static array. That means with size 30 fixed. So if you give your program code to someone else and you are giving them the executable file, the exe file, right? You are not giving them the source file, because many people, they do not know how to work with the source file. So when you give them your program file, okay, they cannot enter more than 30 values. Okay, so here we enter 1, 2, 3, 4 values. So I could not, in this program, I could not enter more than 30 ages in my family members. Okay, so that is a limitation. So in order to resolve that limitation, we are coming with a dynamic array implementation of our bag container. Okay, so this part of this chapter, it will help you. The discussion is about how to implement dynamic array. Here is the capacity. It will take this capacity while you run your program. While you start your program, it will ask you to give a capacity, and if you can give the capacity number of family members, you can give 5, you can give 50, you can give 30, whatever is needed, 500. Then the program will work for that number of family members. So in order to do this, so there are some, okay, there are some changes over here. For instance, we say this. Okay, one more thing is that when you read the book, you will see that size type is used as a type diff command that in C++ is used to define what to rename one type to another type. So that, for instance, size type, it is defined in the standard library in C++. So it's kind of unsigned. Unsigned, that means positive integer number, but we use this one type size, that capacity. So you are using capacity over here as a field of this back class. Okay. That means then it will be working dynamically. So here the changes needed in the dynamic class. Okay. So here One thing is that this is the documentation for the header file. That means that the header file will contain this. Header file will contain this. Some of this is type diff and the type value, something over here. You take the integer, character, something, type over here. That means type in our case over here, our size is an integer number, array size is an integer number. So here it will be int. Okay. And then like this way, go through this discussion, and then you will see that the go through the discussion, and then constructor, destructor, and ultimately the header file, they give a new name, back2.h. This header file will be like this. For instance, the first one is type diff int. We fill out int. Okay. What they are. So one thing is that you can copy like this. You can copy the entire things like this from here to here. I'm sorry. If you copy from all over to over here, you will see that some of these lines will not be copied, will not be selected. So what you need to do, you can copy this code, you copy, right click and then copy, and then later you paste in a header file, and then later you need to copy this unselected lines separately, and you have to copy this again to put in your program code where this is missing. Okay, so then this is the header file, and this you need your main file, right? So then the main file, this discussion is that the capacity will be dynamically, whatever you put the capacity, whatever value you put in an array, dynamic array, that will take your value. This discussion, if you read it one time, then should be fine. And here the operator overloading, equal operator overloading, and then what is that? This is the back class CPP, back to that CPP. It has your, so this is the implementation of the constructor. This is another constructor. This is destructor, and this is reserve method, and these are the method we need to get from this page, from this book, and you need to put over there. So then you need to complete this. Okay, and for the self test exercise, okay, you need to go through this. Okay, for all of the assignment you work, so please go through these questions, okay, for your self testing. Okay, now I have done this for you. Okay, this one, backlash implementation with dynamic array. Yeah, so this is the back2.header file. I copied everything from there. Okay, reserve method, erase one, this methods, and in the main method I completed the code. Okay, I copied from the book, not from the page numbers, and I completed this, and I have kept this part for you to do. Okay, so then if you run this program, it says that it says to do. That means it works. The header files are working, right? The associated codes are working. Now you need to complete this part. When you go to, if you understand the concept, if you read it, then you will see what to do from here. How can you test your program? I'm giving you a clue that what you need to put over here. Actually, you need to put codes from here from this the previous container Backlash. So the main method, the main method over here, this one, okay. You need to copy this code from here to there, and then when you do that, you say get age, check ages, get ages. You also need to use these methods, copy these methods from there. Okay, I can do it in 1 minute, okay, but I'm not doing it for you. I'm giving you this for you to practice, so that you practice. Okay, so please practice this one. Okay, once you practice this, then please start the assignment. Okay, unless you practice this program and complete it, please do not start the assignment. You will not understand. But as soon as you complete this, you understand this, and read the content of 4.3 where I left. 4.3, this one, right? If you read this, 4.3 is the implementation of back that I almost did everything for you except the few lines of code that you can get from my previous program. Okay, then when you understand that, then you can start the assignment. Assignment is 4.6. This one. The assignment is like this. Okay. Do you have any question? How many of you are there? Do you have any question, Jason?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, Jasmine. Sebastian.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No questions.
Okay. Okay. If you go ahead with me, if you practice, read the book, then you will be able to. You should not have. You may have some questions, but you should be able to get answer. And then you should be able to do good in the quiz, in the assignment, and in the test. Okay, but for this course you need to study. Okay, it will not help you if I do everything for you. Okay, and if you show you and my programming, and then if I send you my program course, it will not help you. Okay, what will help you better, if you please, you must read the book chapters. Without reading the book chapters, you cannot do well in the test, in the quizzes, in the assignment, and in this course. And also, if you are new in C++, if you have never worked, if you have never done programming with C++, and it is time you need to practice some code, like whatever your program you have, existing program like Java and C# or even Python. Convert those programs in C++. Okay, then you will be familiar with uh, C++ programming language. So it is assumed that as long as you know one programming language, then learning another programming language is just self-study. You don't need to take a course. Okay, if you want to, if you already know Java or C#, object-oriented programming I'm discussing. If you know object-oriented programming with Java or C#, then you don't need to take any course or training to learn object-oriented programming with C++, because the 80% thing are same. Maybe the format is different a little bit. You should know that. You should catch that by yourself if you do practice. For instance, in real life, if you know how to drive a Toyota car, then you should not be facing any problem if you are given another car, like maybe another company like the Nissan or GMG. Okay, there's some minor difference. You will understand that in a few minutes, a few hours. Okay, so we have a few more minutes, so let us go through the okay, so you are given poly1.header file and polytest1.cpp file, a more interactive test file, and then given the polytest1.cpp file, it needs some changes. Okay. So for instance, let me open this. Let me open this one. Poly1.h. Okay, by the way, there is another editor, this online editor is called CLion. You may use that if you face problem in setting up your CodeLite. But as I said, if you face issue with CodeLite, you can program with a Replit or maybe in CLion or using some other editor. As long as you
will CLion?
Yes, CLion.
Will CLion allow us to change the names of the programs without hindering how they function?
I believe yes, it should be.
I had that issue in submitting the previous assignment, and I don't want to make that mistake because I lost 20 points for it.
Okay, so if you lost any point for just missing your file, so please send an email to the grader. I asked him to resolve that, to give point back. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
But only for the first few assignments, okay? Not always. I told him to be flexible in for first few assignment 1 and assignment 2. Okay. But please do not do the same mistake again, okay? And there's a problem in D2L actually. This problem in D2L. Every time if you submit, resubmit, you need to include all files. Otherwise, D2L does not keep track. It keeps track in history from your side. You can see that you submitted that file in an earlier time, but we will not find that problem, okay, in the final submission. So every time you need to attach all of your files if you do resubmit. But for the first few assignments, I asked the GTA to resolve the regrading issues. So if you have lost some points, please just give your explanation. That tell me that you maybe forgot or you did mistake. Give your correction, okay? That so that as long as we say that you've understood how to resolve that issue, then we will give you fine.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, so what is that I was discussing? This is the poly1 header file. So this is one. The class is polynomial class, and it has this header file is completed, right? So in order to use this header file in poly test1.cpp, you need to complete the course. From here, this code you need to complete this. Okay, you need to complete some course. So please follow. Okay, this is the our like format in is called like menu with menu, dynamic menu, print menu. You can always copy this from all of your programs. Okay, and the methods, the sum of these you need to modify. You see that you need to modify your course over here. You need to complete your course over here, course over here. Okay, so okay, try this yourself. Please do not do a copy from internet or somewhere else. Okay, then you will not learn. Spend some time, read the book. Okay, then you should be good. Okay, then what next? So okay, we do not have any quiz this week, but there will be a quiz next week. Okay, the quiz will be mainly based on pointer and dynamic array. But this weekend, please complete your assignment too. And next week we will learn something new. Linked list. It should be an interesting topic. The element in the list are linked with each other, so each node knows who is the next, who is the next, who is the next element, like a chain. And please be ready for the test, upcoming test. So there will be a test maybe 21st or 23rd. The test will be in during your class time. Okay, test will be during your class time. You have to take the test online during your class time, regular class time. Okay, do you have any question? This is the slide related to the project. Okay, thank you so much. If you don't have any questions, so let us wrap it up today, and I will see you next week.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good day, everyone.
Take care.